ஆழ்வார் எம்பெருமானார் ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம். ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம். In our Sampradayam, in the Guru Paramparai, nAthamunigaL is an important Acharya. Let us enjoy his life and glories now. Sriman nAthamunigaL was born in Kattumannar-Koil, which is also known as Veeranarayanapuram. He was born in the month of Ani on Anusha Nakshatram. He was born as the son of Ishvara Bhattalvar. He was most fortunate to have nAmmalvar himself as his Acharya, even though nAmmalvar was born in a much earlier time period. nAthamunigaL had many Sishyas: Uyyakondar, Kurigai Kavalappan, Pillai Karunagarasar, Thirukkannamangai Aandan, Vanamamalai Deivanayaga Aandan are some of them. He also trained his nephews Kizhayagathalvan and Melayagathalvan in Divya Prabandham, and specifically in singing Divya Prabandham with music. Sriman nAthamunigaL has also written some beautiful granthams: Nyaya Tattvam, Yoga Rahasyam, Purusha Nirnayam were all written by nAthamunigaL. When he was young, he went to the northern part of Bharatadesham along with his father, and they served the Empermans in Sri Mathura, Vrindavan, Govardhan, and many other Divyadeshams there. After a while, Emperman appears in his dream and asks him to return to Kattumannar-Koil and instructs him to do Kaikaryam there in Kattumannar-Koil. nAthamunigaL follows that order, returns to Kattumannar-Koil, and performs Kaikaryam to Emperman there. An interesting incident happens there which leads him to nAmmalvar. A few Sri Vaishnavas from Tirunayanapuram region come to Kattumannar-Koil and they perform Mangala Shasanam to the Emperman there. At that time they sing 10 Pasurams from Thiruvaimozhi. The Pasurams which were sung by nAmmalvar on Tirukudandai Aramuda Perumal. nAthamunigaL hears those Pasurams recited by them and becomes amazed. In the last Pasuram of that decade, starting with Udalai Enpin Pechi Mulayudu, there is an indication of the presence of 1000 Pasurams which were sung by nAmmalvar, that is Kurugur Chadagoban. nAthamunigaL inquires from them if they knew all the 1000 Pasurams. But they said they only knew these 10 Pasurams or this particular Dashakam. nAthamunigaL, being very eager to know and learn these pasarams, locates Kurugur, which is Alvar Tirunagari, and goes there. There he finds the descendants of Madurakavigal, Madurakavi Alvar, and he asks them about Thiruvaimozhi, which was sung by Nammalvar. But they say that they don't know those pasarams, but they know Kanninunchiruthambu, which was composed by Madurakavi Alvar on Nammalvar. And they also say that anyone who recites this Kanninunchiruthambu 12,000 times to the satisfaction of Nammalvar will be blessed by Nammalvar. They say that they have heard this from their elders, but none of them were able to do that. nAthamunigaL, being an expert in yoga, that is Ashtanga yoga, which allows him to focus for long duration and perform penance and meditation, at once goes to Tirupuli Alvar, the divine tamarind tree, and sits in front of that where Nammalvar was seated, and recites Kanninunchiruthambu for 12,000 times together. Nammalvar, being very pleased, appears in front of him and asks what he wanted to know and learn. nAthamunigaL says he wanted to learn the 1,000 pasarams of Thiruvaimozhi. Nammalvar, being most merciful, teaches not only Thiruvaimozhi but also all the other prabandhams which were sung by Nammalvar himself, such as Thiruviruttam, Thiruvasiriyam and Periya Thiruvandadi, and also all the other prabandhams which were sung by all the other Alvars, along with the inherent and intrinsic meanings of all those pasarams out of great mercy. This is how we got all the meanings of all the pasarams from Alvar himself. After nAthamunigaL receiving all of these, it was through the guruparamparai we received all these meanings continuously, both in oral tradition and subsequently in the form of Vyakhyanams or commentaries. Thus, Nammalvar blesses nAthamunigaL with all of these. And another interesting incident happens while Nammalvar was explaining the meanings of the pasarams. In Thiruvaimozhi, there is a dashakam, a decade, which talks about the abundant presence of Sri Vaishnavas who were reformed by Alvar himself. This decade starts with Poliga Poliga. While this decade was being explained by Nammalvar, Nammalvar tells nAthamunigaL that there will be a great personality, a great saintly person who will appear subsequently and will nurture and develop our sampradayam to great heights. nAthamunigaL was eager to know who that person was and asked Nammalvar to manifest his form. On that night, when nAthamunigaL was sleeping, Nammalvar appears in nAthamunigal's dream wearing Kashaya Vastram and holding a Tridandam. Kashaya Vastram is the saffron cloth which sannyasis wear, and Tridandam is the 3 sticks which are carried by sannyasis. nAthamunigaL becomes amazed by that beautiful form, and he wakes up immediately, and in the morning he rushes to Nammalvar and he explains to Nammalvar and thanks Nammalvar for appearing with that beautiful form in his dream. Nammalvar says, "This is the form of Ramanuja who will appear sometime from now." nAthamunigaL prays to Nammalvar and asks him to bless him with a deity of that divine form, so that that form can be worshipped. We can remember at this stage, Nammalvar already blessed Madhurkavi Alvar with a divine deity of himself as well as a divine deity of Ramanuja as Bhavishyadacharya through the boiling of Tamarabarni river water. Those deities we can still worship in Alvar Tirunagari, Nammalvar deity in the Nammalvar temple and Ramanuja deity, Bhavishyadacharya deity in Ramanuja temple. Now this is the second Bhavishyadacharya deity which nAthamunigaL prays and acquires from Nammalvar. But this time, Nammalvar blesses a sculptor so that he can make a wonderful deity of this Bhavishyadacharyan Ramanuja. The sculptor, being blessed by Nammalvar, works continuously and brings up a beautiful deity. Nammalvar takes the deity, blesses him greatly, and installs the power in the deity and hands the deity over to nAthamunigaL. And this deity of Bhavishyadacharyan was passed on from nAthamunigaL to Uyyakondar, to Manakal Nambigal, to Alavandar. And with the help of this deity, Alavandar identifies Ramanuja in Kanchipuram, where they have similarities in their physical appearance. So, this is an interesting incident highlighted in a grantham named Charmopaya Nirnayam by Nayanara Chanpillai. So, along with all the beautiful pasurams and their meanings acquired by nAthamunigaL from Nammalvar, he also acquired the deity of Bhavishyadacharyan. Subsequently, he returns to Kattumannar Koil. He recites these pasurams in front of Emberaman there. Emberaman, being very pleased, asks nAthamunigaL to spread it everywhere. nAthamunigaL teaches the Divya Prabandham along with its meanings to all his disciples, specifically to Kidayagatalvan and Melayagatalvan, who are his nephews. He teaches them Divya Prabandham with music, with tune, and starts off the tradition of Arayar Sevai. Arayar Sevai is where Arayars will stand in front of Emberaman, recite the pasurams with music and also physical expressions matching the particular pasuram. This is conducted even today in Srirangam, Alvar Tirunagari, Tirunaranapuram, Srivillibutur, and so on. nAthamunigaL, based on the orders of Emberaman, goes to Srirangam. He reforms the temple worship there. He begins the tradition of reciting Divya Prabandhams, which were lost over time. He also reconstitutes the Adhyayana Utsavam, which were originally started by Tirumangai but over time that tradition was also lost. nAthamunigaL re-establishes the tradition, but originally it was conducted for 10 days by Tirumangai nAthamunigaL made it as 20 days for reciting the pasurams of all the Alvars. In this manner, Sriman nAthamunigaL contributed greatly for our Sampradayam. He also blessed us with Yamunacharya Alavandar, who was his grandson. He instructed his son Ishwaramuni to name his son as Yamunacharya in memory of Krishna, whom he served when he was in the northern Divideshams. He asks all his disciples to teach the Sampradayam principles to Yamunacharya and make him the leader of the Sampradayam. Yamunacharya subsequently becomes a great Acharya in our Sampradayam, and he has praised nAthamunigaL greatly in his stotrams. There were also a few interesting incidents in the life of nAthamunigaL. nAthamunigaL, being an expert in yoga, would always go in meditation and be in trance, thinking about Embaraman and his Leelas. He was also a great expert in celestial music, divine music. Once when the local king was confused to differentiate between traditional music and celestial music, it was nAthamunigaL who explained the difference through his great knowledge in that. The king was amazed at seeing the skills of nAthamunigaL, and became a great disciple of nAthamunigaL. nAthamunigaL usually meditates for long durations. Once the king arrived at nAthamunigaL's place along with his wives. nAthamunigaL was meditating at that time. The king waited for some time, but after a while he left, not wanting to disturb nAthamunigaL. After awakening from the meditation, nAthamunigaL heard about the king's arrival along with the wives, and he became too emotionally enchanted and thought that it was Krishna along with his gopikas arriving there. Subsequently, the king, along with the queen, a soldier carrying bow, and a monkey which followed them, arrived at nAthamunigaL's place when he was in meditation again. But when he woke up, those who were there explained about the arrival of these persons, and nAthamunigaL thought it was Sri Rama, Sita, Lakshmana and Hanuman who were there. He started running towards them, trying to catch them, but the king and his party had left long ago. After a while, nAthamunigaL gave up searching for them and became unconscious and left his body and ascended to Paramapadam with great grief in separation, thinking that he had lost Sri Rama Parivar. His Shishyas and the devotees, they performed his final rites, Kaikaryams, under the leadership of Ishvara Muni, his son. Thus, we have seen the greatness of nAthamunigaL, his great contributions to our Sampradayam. He was greatly praised by many Acharyas. Let us meditate upon his greatness. Alvar Emberumanar G.R. Tiruvadigalai Sharanam, G.R. Tiruvadigalai Sharanam.
Please download our KOYIL KOYIL app from Google Play Store or Apple App Store to listen to or download Upanyasams like these. Our website portal is koyil.org.